Now more than ever, it is so important that Jamaicans observe the protocols, remain vigilant. Most Jamaicans must appreciate that they must take personal responsibility to protect themselves, their loved ones, their community, and of course, by extension, the country. It's still a clear and present danger. As we say, the sort of vernacular or cliche, COVID's still a keep. It's not completed. And so everyone has a role to play, everyone counts. The quarantine restricts the movement of members of the communities in order to slow or prevent new exposure and hence new infections by further testing of members of the community, close monitoring of members of the community for development of symptoms, early containment of newly detected cases, prevention of new exposures and transmission of diseases, and education of members of the communities of infection prevention and control measures. So, just to deviate a bit from the script, it's so important that Jamaicans appreciate or understand why we have to engage in community quarantining. It really is about trying to cauterize a problem that has been detected based on surveillance in the field. We go into a community, we see a pattern, we observe a trend, we identify positive cases. There's a risk assessment that the cases may be more based on the contact tracing or the movement of persons in that area, in that vicinity. They went to church, they went to market, they went to visit friends. And based on that risk assessment, a determination is made that we have to bring to a halt movement in and around and within that community. And then the team goes in and does mass testing and questioning and all the things that are necessary to try to cauterize or to stop the spread of the virus. We understand the restrictions come with implications for work, for access to some basic amenities, and of course the government provides support in a number of ways by allowing free time or days that you can go and do your shopping. The NHF comes in for medication, provide medication, and of course persons who cannot afford to shop in the zone, the Ministry of Labour comes in with welfare packages.
Initially, we were having more imported and import-related, and currently we are having both imported and local transmission cases. We go house to house to survey and to identify persons who may have symptoms. All persons who are symptomatic are to be swabbed. Then we look who is near to these or the place of interest. So all neighbors in the immediate vicinity would be swabbed, irrespective of having symptoms. And then we take it out a little bit, 100 meters from the place of interest. And we would do 1 in 10, irrespective of being having symptoms or not. And then when we go further out, we would do only persons who are symptomatic. If we are finding a lot of cases in these circles, we will go even further, 500 meters, depending on what we are finding. So this is how we go about doing the community surveillance.
Doing our community surveillance now, we're not just looking at fever and respiratory symptoms. We're also very, very cautious about gastrointestinal symptoms in elderly persons. And so therefore we are asking persons that if it is that persons are elderly and they have what looks like gastroenteritis, they're vomiting, they're having diarrhea, abdominal pain, then they should take them into the hospital for them to be checked.
When we compared the transmission from one person to another and compared to the household members, persons traveling in the same vehicle are 3.5 times more likely to be infected and become ill than household members.
These persons have to understand that the risk that they face, as well as the persons who are traveling in these vehicles, and to make sure that they adhere to the precautions that have been put out there. that they must not go into an overcrowded vehicle, and they must make sure that they have on their mask. They must make sure that they travel with the windows open. We have asked that there be some method of hand washing or hand sanitizing when you come into business places. Business owners must provide this. Business owners should not allow persons to come into their business if they're not wearing a mask, especially if the business place is small and can get congested. They must not allow more than enough persons in the business place that you can allow for there to be distancing, 6 feet distancing between the persons if they're not wearing mask, or 3 feet distances if they are wearing mask and using all the other precautions. This reaches down to the very, very small business. The same things apply. We have been saying to persons to protect your relatives with comorbid illnesses, but we're also saying to the persons that have comorbid illnesses that they must take the necessary precautions. Anybody can have COVID, and there are a range of symptoms that persons will have: fever, respiratory symptoms, or, as I mentioned, gastrointestinal symptoms, especially in the elderly persons. Now, you will not know if the virus is there right away, and you may never know at all. But the virus, once it is in your body, it will multiply and you may start to have symptoms. And you can pass it on to others even before you know you have it. Wearing a mask prevents the virus from traveling far because it is trapped within the mask. Washing your hands and wiping off surfaces kills the virus, and it decreases the chance of you spreading it. If everyone who has been exposed to the virus stay home for 14 days, then we can stop the transmission of COVID-19. That means that we can stop the transmission of COVID-19 in Jamaica. If you are in quarantine and you develop symptoms, then you must be tested and go into isolation to prevent infection of others.